Hello, welcome to Gray Area. My name is Alex Riley, and I'm interviewing Yulia Niko today. We're super excited to have you on. And let's just get right into it. So, Yulia, could you describe for me your type of music and in the best way that you like it to be described?
I think it's the most difficult question because I hear often and usually I say I play melodic minimal, which is the style not exist actually, but that's how I feel because I combine and I check for a lot of minimal groovy tracks. Plus I check for some kind of melodic techno. So in the end, when I play, it's becoming something unique. I hope so, and like my own style.
Great. Okay, so to get to know you a little bit better, I know you're from Russia, and can you tell me where in Russia and just a little bit about your upbringing?
Yeah, from south of Russia. It's by the Black Sea. Most of the people think Russia it's all under snow every day during the whole year, but no, actually we have a lot of palm trees, beach, and it's super nice. So I'm really blessed. I'm born there, and that's why I love to be by the beach a lot, by the sea, and I think that's why it brings me to Tulum too often. Feel a little bit related to my homeland.
um, so I know you got your start making music really early when you were in your teens. Can you talk a little bit about how you first got interested in music, maybe like how you made your first track, a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's funny because even if I say it now, I'm not sure if it's legal. But those days, it was 2004, I was 14. I went first time to the techno club and I fell in love with the music right away. And when I was 15, I already played first gig. I was playing vinyl, and actually, I was very lucky because my parents were supporting me. They just felt like it's better I go to clubs which has security inside instead of me going with some like boys and hanging out near the house, like in the random place and drinking vodka. So yeah, it was really really early. When I was 16, I went first time to make my gig in Moscow, and I was lying to my parents, but I went to sleep over of a friend next house. Then I took a flight, I played, and then after a couple of days I come back and I was like, I cannot lie. I'm not a liar. I have to tell to my mom. And then my parents were like, what? You went alone. You're 16. And I was like, yes. And I was playing in the best club in Russia. And then my parents just accepted it's impossible to stop. I was just unstoppable. Yeah. And basically, yeah. I started music since I was even not a teenager. I think I was a kid. Right now I'm looking at my pictures and I'm like, oh my God, really this kid was playing. It's crazy. But I also was very different, grown kid, independent. Right now I see on the kids and 14 years old and they're really kids. And I don't know why it's changed so much. But yeah, that's what happened to me.
Wow. I love that they were so supportive.
Yeah.
Are they still excited? Do they come to your shows now?
They actually, I think, never been in my show, really. But I think they're really proud that I made it so far away from such a little town in Russia. Not even like I would live in capital or something. No, I'm from 100,000 people city. And they're very proud because also maybe they don't come to my gigs, but I took them to Ibiza, I took them to New York, I took them to Tulum, even. I took them all over the world and they are proud and they enjoy it, but I'm so independent. But when I travel, I don't have any stress. I'm so professional on that. And definitely they just enjoy to join me sometimes.
That's great. So who were some of your early influences in music? Like who did you listen to that really got you excited and inspired?
It's funny what I was listening a couple of local DJs and I didn't even know what kind of music they play, who is the producers. But with the time I found out, I just remember in my memory it's stick, it was a track of Cuburato, the guy from Brazil, and Stefan Bodzin, which is Stefan Bodzin was doing really nice minimal techno, super minimal. And right now his sound became much more melodic. But the early days, I think that was my top two producers. Yeah. And maybe after when I started to travel, when I did my first gigs and I went to Moscow, I've heard people like Luciano, I heard even Eric Morillo, and it made me more housey. I was introduced to house music, and since then, I think Luciano had the biggest influence to me, to my sound, to my taste, and to the way how I also like to perform and move on the stage. I really like his personality in music, and to me, Luciano is my top one influence for the career.
Great. And this might be a tricky question, but what do you want people to feel when they listen to your music? If you could have one thing.
They feel happy. Yeah, sure.
Great. And do people ever tell you like, oh, I listen to your music when I exercise, when I do this, when I work, when I...
Yeah, and also I hear a lot when guys coming to me, probably really drunk, and saying, "You changed my life." Like, like, oh my God, what did you do to me? My life has changed. Then when you hear it, it's, of course, it's like, it's such a big thing when you understand, but people really understand how much you put into looking for this music, to making this music, and then you share this music and they understand the message. And then they come to you and they say, "You changed my life." So it's priceless. I'm so addicted to that.
That's so great. So now when you make your music and you look back and when you first started, how has that process changed?
Completely. I don't know. To me, I started DJ, and I think only after 10 years since I was DJing, I got into production. So I'm pretty new, like 6 years maybe. I only produce music. And I thought I'm not a real musician and it's not for me. I was thinking it's very difficult, but thanks to technical progress. And I went to school in New York. It's called Energia. And since I started to make my music, I also started to desire to play only my tracks, because these emotions when you produce this track and you choose those sounds and you put them together and they make you inside so excited. And when you play this track out, you share this excitement with people instead of playing someone's track who you just like, It's such a completely different feeling to play your own tracks. But yes, for last 6 years, I tried doing maximum study, watching YouTube videos. Mostly is the best. Now you can find on YouTube everything. And practice, I wish I could practice more, because now I travel a lot for gigs, but I still do both successfully.
That's great. So how was this past few years for you, like during COVID and everything, with, not really being able to play live music?
I think it was up and down. Mm-hmm. And first of all, when everything happened for 3 months, I think it was 3 months, from March to June, was completely shut down. And I realized it's also nice to have a complete break, to just to do meditation, to clean your house, to make things organized. So I've heard there are some DJs say, I was thinking I had a life when I was travel as a big DJ. And when everything happened and I stayed home, I realized that's the life, So complaining, and I had amazing time, but I just don't want this time continue for so long. Like basically right now here in Germany, it's again, and it was not that, like maybe 2 months, for 2 years, it was only everything open and everything now closed. I'm very lucky when I can go to play in US and other parts of the world, but many artists are struggling, and it's of course it's up and down for everyone. For me, it's also, I'm getting now, because I'm upcoming artist, I'm getting such a good offers, like dreams come true, and then bam, next day you wake up and it's cancelled. So, but I still trying to stay positive, because that's only what I can do. The best thing what I do, I just sit every day and say myself, Julia, look at yourself 3 years ago. Even despite on what it's lockdown or like COVID problems, wherever, I developed so much. I changed so much. I played such nice places, and I met so many nice people even these days. So I'm grateful, and I'm trying to just find the peace and wait until this disaster is over.
Yeah, I think we're all feeling that a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that things are still, going well, and even if they don't, they'll pick back up.
Artist life, if you're a real artist, you should just spread good vibes, and no matter what happening in the world, your work is actually to go through this and help the people also go, like, keep staying positive and go through this. So that's what I feel, and I'm doing it. Yeah.
Love that. So when you are having live performances, do you have any practices or little rituals that you do beforehand to get ready for them?
It's gonna be the secret. I don't want no one knows it, but I will tell. So yeah, actually, I had some like sessions with psychologists. I don't know how to not psychosomatic. I don't know, psychosomatic. No, psychosomatic, right? It's right now it's super popular, especially in these days. Yeah, I had some session a few years ago with psychologist. It's hard to pronounce, and she gave me some advices how to actually fill the room with your energy and how to connect with the people. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but it's working. So before I start to play, I come to DJ booth. Sometimes I close my eyes. Sometimes I'm just looking at the crowd, and I just imagine a gold luch, a gold ray. Sorry, luch is on Russian. Gold ray coming out of my chest and going in the people in the crowd. And I'm just imagining like this gold, nice positive connection. And sometimes when I play, I absolutely sober, not drinking or something, and I'm feeling like the energy in the room is high. It's so high, but like in the some moments I start to have goosebumps. So I don't know, maybe just the coincidence, and it's just like it's my own energy, but it's my ritual. I'm doing it every time before each gig. So, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, it sounds like visualization. You're imagining the energy and it's working. So that's great. Yeah. Also, when I was researching you a little bit, I found out that you have a law degree.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, I studied in university, and my parents wanted me be like working in economics or being a lawyer. So yeah, I finished my degree, which is I'm very happy. Makes me a little bit more, I don't know, educated. So yeah.
What kind of law did you study? I'm just curious. What kind of law did you study?
It was a law about business. I don't know how it just sounded in English because I did it in Russia, but it's like law. So basically, it's a police which goes to companies, to business, to look for crime, fake documents, or not paying taxes, and then we just come in and say, "Hey, come here."
That's a great. So while you were doing law school, were you also making music, making your art on
Yes,
the side? Wow.
I had to. That's why I had to quit, because the last year I was missing a lot of classes. On Monday I was dead. I couldn't come at 8 a.m. after flight last night. So I started to missing a lot of classes, and they wanted to kick me out of the university. So I made a decision to quit. I quit music completely for few years, actually 2-3 years. Yeah, and I finished. I went to work. It was super boring, super stress. I always say, like, did you see this TV show on Netflix, Suits?
Suits.
You
Oh, yeah, I have.
notice every day how much stress they have. I don't want to be there, I don't want to be like that. So after a few months, I was like, oh, no, I think I have to come back to the music. Music is what makes me happy. Also, music makes me independent, like if something happens in my life, like, I don't know, break up or whatever, I just sit in the studio, make music, and instead of crying and being like making drama and thinking, overthinking, I'm just focusing on something, and just music makes me happy and free. Yeah.
You must have been missing it during that time. Um,
It's wrong.
so, um, so I also discovered you have a record label, Techno. Am I saying that right?
Johan is asking, it's not working now
Oh,
because
okay.
I stopped doing it, and right now we need to relaunch my label, and I don't know if we will relaunch or not, because also the sales is kind of weird. So many tracks are releasing every day, and I'm not sure if I have energy for this now. I prefer to focus like on album or to make something maybe bigger, and yeah, that's why the label, I don't know, we'll see.
Gotcha. Um, so are there any artists that you're really wanting to work with?
Mm. To me, it can be any successful name or just beginner or upcoming. I support actually a lot of upcoming artists, and if I go travel somewhere in the different countries, I play back to back and we share ideas in the studio for collaboration. So I never had like kumirs, like I never had like fans. I mean, I never been fan of anyone like crazy. So I don't know. It's okay.
Maybe just somebody you like and you want to meet, you like anyone.
Who's doing good music, everyone who has good energy, I would like to work with. There are some people who I don't like the energy and they say, oh, I will never play music of this artist. I will never collaborate with this artist. But it's also, and with the time you meet this person and you become best friends at the end. It's just like every time, just depending on your mood and weather outside.
Um, so you live right part-time Berlin, part-time New York. Is that correct?
No, I used
No?
to live 5 years. Then I had to move to Berlin, and now I live in Berlin. But I don't spend that much time in Berlin anymore
Mm.
because all things are happening now mostly in America. And yeah,
Nice.
it worked very well. Those connections which I made when I was living in US, right now they helped me a lot. It was the best thing to do, probably.
Mhm. Do you have a favorite place in the world that you like to play?
I think Berlin, 100%. Always say that because crowd, the people who come in on the dance floor in Berlin, they always trust you so much. Especially for those tourists who are coming to Berlin, they know what is the capital of techno, and they know if in these well-known clubs playing some artist, this artist is excellent. So no matter what you play, they always follow you, they always appreciate in you, and yeah, I just feel so free when I play in Berlin, and especially because it's easy for me to take vinyls, back with vinyls, sit in the car and taxi, and come and play, go with the groove. Instead of when I travel right now, I never take a vinyl because they have new regulations for flights, and you cannot take more than 10 kilos hand luggage, and I cannot give the vinyls to the baggage. So I only can play vinyl in Berlin, and that's why it's also one of the reasons why I like to play here at home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I know you're heading somewhere soon. Where are you going?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm flying to New York and playing in Flash, Washington for New Year Eve, and then Chicago in Spy Bar project.
Oh, nice.
To Tulum, playing Departure. It's a brand new festival from City Fox. I'm really excited. Yeah, and then BPM, then some gigs around Mexico, and then I'm coming back home and I'm taking a break actually in February because I want to completely lock down myself and focus on album and make some good music for the upcoming summer.
And do you have a favorite song of 2021?
I think I would say, it's like first came to your brain. I would say there a track of Jimmy Jules, The City on Fire. It's totally crazy. Like, I don't know what he did with this song, with this track, what makes people and me really enjoy it so much, and go crazy for that. Yeah.
Okay, great. I love it. Okay, let's do some rapid fire questions. They're meant to be a little silly. Okay, so what's your favorite color?
Black.
Do you have a favorite festival?
No.
Nope. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea. I'm Russian.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Read the mind of people.
I like that. And I guess we kind of already talked about this, but favorite venue would be somewhere in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call Watergate. Yeah, Berlin.
Watergate.
Or
Or what?
no, I'm resident of Watergate in Berlin, so
Oh
I
yeah.
have to.
Do you have a favorite Halloween costume that you've ever done?
I've never done any Halloween costume. I'm so
Really?
bored. God.
No, you're not. I don't really like Halloween that much either. um, Video games or board games?
I don't play any games.
um, and any interesting or strange habits that you adopted during quarantine?
I think meditation is also kind of strange habit for many people, but I can't live without meditation right now. Makes me so good, feeling so good.
I like that. Cats or dogs?
Dogs, for sure.
Lake or ocean?
Ocean.
Where is one place you've always wanted to go?
For now, it's Oaxaca in Mexico.
And
Mm-hmm.
is there a place you never want to go again?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Not really.
Great. If you could only eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Cauliflower.
Ooh, I love cauliflower.
Baked cauliflower.
If you could instantly be fluent in any language, which would you choose?
German.
That'd be helpful. Okay, would you rather hear your musical heroes play or have them hear you play?
Again, how to understand it? What is
So the people you like who make music, would you rather you hear them play or they hear you play?
Yeah, I hear them play. I usually shy to share my stuff. Yeah.
Okay, great. That was all of my rapid fire questions.
Good.
Do you have anything else that you want to share?
No, all good.
Oh,
Yeah, I wish everything is over soon and we are all getting together on the dance floor.
yes. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank
I
you so
love
much.
the sweater.
It was fun. And I guess I see you soon. Yeah.
I hope so. If you're in LA, let me know.
In LA.
Hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I think on the 7th of February.
Really? I'll be
Yeah.
here. I'll come see
Oh,
you.
yeah, I text you then in email, right?
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Right.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.